Hey guys, we're finally back. Yeah, Jersey Boy Reviews, we're finally back from our hiatus. We've been gone for a few months. You guys know with school work and everything else, but we're finally back. Don't worry about it. We're going to be here, and we are here. We're going to be here to take over the world. We're finally back. If you guys don't remember, I'm going to tell you right now. My name is Julian, and I am your host. Jersey Boy Reviews, we're finally back. I'm so excited. Today's blog is pretty much going to be about X-Men Apocalypse. It's going to be a spoiler-full review, so if you have not seen the film yet, go see it, come back, watch this review. You've been warned. Spoilers. So let's dive right into it. Oh, and before we dive right into it, we also want to introduce a little segment. It's going to be like the villains of the week. So for this week, it's going to be the one-eyed mercenary himself from DC. Yeah, you know him and you love him. It's Deathstroke, a.k.a. the Terminator, a.k.a. the God Killer. Yeah, he's going to be right here, somewhere around this general area. Yeah, this is Deathstroke. Deathstroke the Terminator. So, let's dive right into the review. So, what I liked about this movie, that one line when Professor X was getting taken over by Apocalypse, and he says, I never felt power like this before. Oh, that was amazing. But my favorite line comes right after that, when he says, Alex, destroy everything, break everything, wreak havoc. Oh man, that sounded so awesome. It was so like heartfelt, like it just pulled on the heartstrings. Oh, it was an amazing, powerful scene. So that one was one of my favorites. Once again, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Quicksilver. He's back, and the way he got reintroduced into the film was hysterical. That soundtrack, for some reason, just goes with him. And Quicksilver is just a quirky guy. Evan Peters plays him to the T. He plays him perfectly. So it's like pretty much like Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. Evan Peters is Quicksilver. That's just how I see it. When when Apocalypse powered up Magneto and he told him, "Feel down there, you are one of the most powerful," and he just felt down. He put his hand on the floor and he just felt the Earth's core. Dude, that scene was amazing. I was like, yo, but Magneto has to be like one of the strongest mutants ever. He's just so strong that he can just reach down and feel the core of the Earth. That's crazy. We also get a cameo. We get a cameo from Wolverine himself, aka Hugh Jackman. Yeah, the animal, Hugh Jackman. I don't think we've ever gotten this in any of the other films, but I think this is the first time that we actually see or get a glimpse of Berserker Rage. If you guys don't know what Berserker Rage is, this is pretty much when Wolverine goes completely feral. He is crazy, and pretty much as the name implies, he just goes berserk. He's just a killing machine. So I think it's a little foreshadowing to the last movie that Hugh Jackman is going to do as the Wolverine Part 3, because it's going to be rated R now, so I pretty much think Berserker Rage is going to be in that movie. It's going to be a gory mess over there. It's going to be, I can't wait to see the Wolverine 3. The last scene, everybody had their X-Men uniform, you know, their throwback uniforms on. Oh, they looked amazing, especially Scott's. The only critique I have of that uniform is, why did Cyclops have a white visor or a silver or titanium style visor? I thought it was always yellow. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe the character of Cyclops was just introduced with a white visor. I don't know. Maybe it was before my time. But yeah, I've always thought it was yellow. So that was my one critique of that. At the end of the movie, there's this post-credit scene where it says there's a man taking this vial of blood, and he puts it in a suitcase, and the suitcase says Essex Corporation. If you guys don't know, Nathaniel Essex is Mr. Sinister. Well, you guys in the mainstream audience wouldn't know who it is, but Mr. Sinister is one of the craziest, creepiest characters in Marvel universe, in my opinion. So yeah, Mr. Sinister, he's coming up next week. I can't wait. It's gonna be so dope. What I didn't like about the film. So as you guys know, Nightcrawler and Mystique are supposed to be mother and son, right? Obviously it can't happen because they're only like 3 or 4 years apart from each other. So that's one of those things that I didn't like personally. I remember Lewis said that he didn't like Havoc is actually Scott's older brother. As you all know, Scott is the older brother, really, and Havoc is the younger brother. But it's one of those things. Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique again. Like, I'm so tired of her already. Can somebody please kill off Mystique? I am done with her. I just don't even want to see her anymore. And what is she doing as Field Commander again? Like, please, please. Oh, when Apocalypse had her like this and that one still, and he just looked away. I was like, yes, finally, we're going to get rid of her. But no, she was still there as Field Commander at the end of the movie, and that just like, oh, it irked me so much. I hate her. You know, I wouldn't be harping on it so much if she was a really bad actress, because then, you know, obviously it would be expected. But she's actually really good. I'm like, she's probably like in the top 5 actresses in the world right now. So it's like, you're completely doing this for the check. So you're bastardizing the character pretty much for no reason. You just don't want to be there. So, and Fox, you guys should know better. If an actor does not want to be there, he's going to make your movie suffer, release them from their contract. Simple as that. Can we finally put some respect on Cyclops' name? Yeah, you heard me say it. Put some respect on Cyclops' name with a K. As we all know, Cyclops is the Field Commander. He's the one that tells Wolverine what to do when they're out in the field. So you already know that Cyclops is supposed to be a badass character. He's supposed to be in the front lines, taking care of business, kicking ass and taking names. It didn't happen. So we still get Mystique as Field Commander, and I want to see Scott return to his form. I want to see Scott return to being a badass. That's what I want. One of the little critiques is, why is Apocalypse so short? And Oscar Isaac is not a short guy. He's about 5'10", 5'9" around there. But the thing is, Apocalypse is 7 feet tall, or over 7 feet tall, naturally, without any enhancements or anything like that. So there was this one scene that really took me out of the movie. I think they were on a hill, and he just stands next to all the 4 horsemen, and you could definitely see the size difference between all of them. I was like, dude, this guy's really short. What the hell's going on? Like, they scaled him in the size to be like 30 feet tall, so you just couldn't adjust it to be a little bit taller. Like, come on, Fox, what are you doing? There's just little things here and there you guys could have like tweaked that would have made the movie so much better. And going off Apocalypse, what was his true motive? Is like, all right, you want to destroy the Earth, but to like what end? You want to destroy the Earth and yourself with it? Do you want to destroy the Earth with you're going to be the only survivor? Are you going to destroy the Earth and whoever survives, and you're just going to build up on that? Because if he really wanted to destroy the Earth, all those nukes that you sent up into the sky, why not just turn them around and shoot them right back down to Earth, and that's it? So his point wasn't really like wasn't really delivered. So it was one of those things. Like I wanted to know what end he wanted to destroy the Earth. So I think the abundance of characters really hurt the film. Not just the 4 horsemen themselves, because the 4 horsemen, even though they looked great, they weren't used at all. They were like just there. So I wanted to see more of the horsemen. I wanted to see more of the auxiliary characters in the X-Men team, like Nightcrawler, Scott, Beast, Psylocke. Oh, Psylocke. Psylocke had like 3 lines in the entire film. I think Caliban had more lines than she did. She was such a letdown. And I love me some Olivia Munn, but God, I hated her as Psylocke. They just didn't do the characters justice. It's like once Magneto hit the scene of being one of the 4 horsemen, the other 3 were just pushed back and played second fiddle. They were just forgotten about and weren't developed at all. Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse, even though we saw Apocalypse a lot in the film, for some reason, for me at least, it didn't feel like we got enough. Like, he was there. He's supposed to be the main villain. He's supposed to be pretty much in the front lines. So I felt like we didn't get a lot of Apocalypse as well. What I wanted to see in the movie, I know this will never happen like in a million years. Well, you never could say never. But I want Cody McPhee, the guy who played Nightcrawler. He played him hysterically. I want to see like a buddy cop film, a buddy cop formatted film between Nightcrawler and Quicksilver. Dude, that'll be hysterical. That's what I want to see. I know it'll never happen, but hey, I can dream, right? Since I'm a 90s kid, I grew up watching the animated series, so the person or mutant that I really wanted to see was Jubilee or Jubilation Lee, or however you want to call her. Because her powers are really interesting, and since I grew up watching the animated series, it was just one of those things. Like, you know, she was arguably one of the main characters in the animated series, so I was really pumped to see her, but we didn't get to see her. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a Jubilee cut of the film in a Blu-ray or something later on. The mall scene that we all saw in the trailers. What happened to it? It was not in the film whatsoever. Nightcrawler starts breakdancing and stuff. We didn't see that. Also, Jubilee was in that scene, I believe, in the trailers, and yeah, we didn't get to see any of that. I understand that Bryan Singer said that that part of the mall scene didn't fit well with the movie, so that's why they had to cut it out. But still, one of the things about the X-Men is that you always just, for me at least, you always wanted to see them just hanging out, using their powers so casually, like they're playing football or they're just talking and they're using their powers, whatever. So that's what I want to see. I want to see more of them just hanging out before taking care of the big baddie. My final thoughts on the film is pretty much, the film was good. It wasn't great, but the things that don't make it great could have been easily tweaked, and it would have upped the ante so much more. It would have been a really good film. So it was one of those things. If I had to rate the film from, let's say, 1 to 10, I would give it a 6.5. I think that's a fair score to give it. Yeah, so there was a lot of things that just could have been tweaked on. If they would have been tweaked on and put in execution, you know, the film would have been just so much better. I definitely didn't feel the way I did when I left seeing Days of Future Past, because Days of Future Past was amazing, and I left out of there, I felt like a kid again. It was just a truly good film. So I have a question for you guys. 2 questions, actually. Is Havoc dead? And question number 2, how did you guys feel about the Phoenix intro? I know I didn't touch on it, but for me it was like, wasn't too great. So the Phoenix intro and is Havoc dead? Leave your questions, leave your answers in the comment section below. Also, we're also going to be taking some Q&As from everybody as well. So if you have any questions, it doesn't have to exactly be comic book related or comic book movie based questions as well. It could be from any film. It could be our thoughts on anything that's happening. I know something happened with Captain America and Hydra. So yeah, send in your questions. I'm also going to leave the address right here, so you guys can send in your questions right here, and we'll get back to you on the next episode. So until next time, Fanboy Nation, peace.